Hello everyone, welcome back to the Helgi Arena, and today we are here to discuss another very interesting problem on LeetCode, which is the dungeon game. Now according to this problem, we have been given a grid of cells and there's a princess lying right at the bottom right corner of the grid. She has been captured by some demons over here. There's a knight right at the top left corner of the grid, lying over here. He wants to protect the princess. Now he has only two possible moves. Either he can move in the right direction or in the downward direction. Now each of these cells inside this grid can have either a positive number or a negative number or 0. So whenever a knight moves from any of the cells to any other cell, there are three possibilities that can happen. One thing is that if the next cell has a positive number inside it, the knight's health increases by that amount. But in case there is a negative number in the cell, his health would decrease by that amount. Whereas if there is a 0 inside a cell, then his health would remain the same. Now what we want to do is basically knight should be able to reach the princess maintaining at least some amount of positive health. So whenever his health drops below 1, that is it's not positive, then what happens is that knight dies. So knight wants to reach from here to towards the princess without dying. Now if we see over here, there are multiple paths in which knight can reach by just moving in the bottom or in the right directions. But what we need to find is the minimum possible path. Minimum possible path in the sense there would be some initial health for the knight, and once he moves in the right and bottom direction, the health might decrease with time. So we want to find the path in which he needs to maintain a minimum possible initial health. So let's try to see how we can solve this problem. So let's start with seeing what are the constraints for a single cell inside this grid. So if we see over here, for a single cell, the knight would be entering this cell either from the top direction or from the left direction, and he would be exiting this cell either from the right direction or from the bottom direction. So once he enters this cell, he would be having some amount of energy. Let's call it as the starting energy of the knight, and let's denote it by S. And when he is exiting from the cell, he would be having some amount of final health. So let's denote that health by F. And basically, what is the relationship between these two? Let's call it delta. That is the amount of health that changed while being in that cell. So what's the relationship over here? S plus delta is equal to F. And what are the constraints that we have? These two healths can never go 0 or negative. That is, they need to be positive always. So the relationship over here is S and F have to be greater than equal to 1. Now if we see our entire grid, our knight is sitting right at the top left cell and our princess is there right at the bottom right cell. So when the knight enters over here, he would be having some amount of initial energy, let's call it S, and when he's exiting after taking the princess from the last cell, he would be having some final energy F. And similarly, all these cells, once the knight enters some cell and leaves that cell, they would be having their individual S and F values. So basically what we need to do according to the problem statement is that find such a value of S, such an initial value of S basically, such that the knight is able to traverse all these cells following these conditions, that is S and F is greater than equal to 1, and he is able to take the princess and leave with some amount of energy F which is greater than equal to 1. So let's see how we can do this for this entire grid. Now let's try to divide this problem into smaller set of problems, basically taking one cell at a time and try to optimize the value of the starting health for each of these cells, taking them one at a time. And starting from here, we are going to go till this point and try to minimize the value of S for this cell, which is basically our solution. So let's start with the bottom right cell, basically where our princess is present, and let's try to optimize the value of health, initial health for this cell. So if we look over here, the delta value for this cell is -5. Now what is the value of the final health that we can choose over here such that the initial health could be minimized? So if we look into our equation that we saw earlier, S is equal to F minus delta, and we know that our constraints are that f and s cannot be 0 or negative, they need to be a positive integer. So basically the minimum value, possible value of f is basically 1. So to minimize the value of s, we need to minimize the value of f also according to this equation. So let's try choosing the value as 1. So if we put s is equal to 1 minus delta over here, now if we have delta as negative or 0, then in this case 1 would suffice. But in case f the delta value is positive integer, then our s would become negative, which is not possible. So basically the value of f that we can choose for the last cell is basically max of 1 comma delta plus 1. This will always suffice this equation, and also make sure that s and f are positive integers. So in this case, if we use this equation, we'll get f as 1 because our delta value is negative. Now what will be the s value? 1 minus of 5, which is 6. So our s value becomes 6. Now let's try to move to other cell. Let's try to look into this cell. Now the only possible way we can move across this cell is towards the right, because there is no possibility to move to bottom. So basically the f value for this cell would become the initial value of this cell. So f value would be 6, because from this cell we are entering this cell. So the final value of this cell has to be equal to the initial value of this cell. Delta we already know is 30, and according to our equation s is equal to 6 minus delta. Now this becomes negative. So but what we can what we understand from here is that our s value cannot be negative. Both s and f cannot be negative. So what we are going to choose is basically max of 1 comma f minus delta. So just to make sure that we have at least a minimum health of 1 initially, so what we are going to do is that choose this equation. So our s becomes maximum of 1 comma minus 24, which is 1. So minimum health required to enter this cell is 1. Now we talk about this cell. Since the initial value of for this cell is 1, the final value of this cell becomes 1, because we can move only in this direction from this cell, not in bottom direction, because there is nothing at the bottom direction. So and delta over here is 10. Again we use this equation, s is equal to max of 1 comma 1 minus 10, which is again 1. So s value for this cell also becomes 1. Now let's try to move to this cell. So if we see this cell, we cannot move towards the right direction, we can only move towards the bottom direction, right? So for this cell, the f value becomes initial value of this cell, which is 6. Delta over here is 1. S is max of 1 comma 6 minus 1, which is basically 5. So basically this becomes the initial value of this particular cell. Now for similarly for this cell, now in this cell we can move in two directions, either in this direction or in this direction. But what direction should we choose? Basically if we see this equation again, the value of s is optimal when f is minimum. So we will try to choose such a value of f which is minimum. So in this case, if we move towards right, the value of f would be 5. But if we move towards downwards, the value of f would be 1. So what we are going to do is that minimum of moving towards right and moving towards bottom. So minimum of 5 comma 1, which is 1. So we are going to choose 1 as the value of f over here. And delta that we have over here is minus 10. So what will be our s? S again is max of 1 comma f minus delta, right? So this becomes max of 1 comma 11. So this becomes 11. Now similarly for this cell, we can move either in right direction or in bottom direction, but what we are going to move is towards the bottom direction, because here S is minimum. So F becomes 1. That is minimum of 1 comma 11. So this becomes 1. Delta over here is minus 5, as we already know. And S would be max of 1 comma 1 minus 5. So this becomes 6. Now let's look at this cell. Over here we can just move in bottom direction, not in right direction. So our F is basically the starting point of this cell, which is 5. Our delta is 3. So S becomes max of 1 comma 5 minus 3. So this is 2. Now for this particular cell, what we have over here is we can move in either these two directions, but we are going to choose the minimum value of F. So F is equal to minimum of 2 comma 11, which is 2, right? So delta over here is minus 3. So our S value becomes max of basically 1 comma F minus. So this is 2 minus minus 3, which is 5. So S value of this cell becomes 5. Now for this particular cell, what we have over here is that we can move either in this direction or in this direction, but we are going to choose this direction because F is minimum over here. So F becomes minimum of 5 comma 6, which is 5. Delta again over here is minus 2. And then our S value is max of 1 comma 5 plus 2, which is 7. So basically our 7 becomes our value for the starting point of this cell, and this is our optimal answer. So this is what we were exactly looking for, that is the starting health value for the first cell, that is the top left cell. So if we see over here, we started from this point and tried to find the S, F and delta values for all these cells, and we optimized the solution for our top left cell. So now if we try to reiterate across our solution, we will see that we started off with calculations from this cell. Now when we moved to this particular cell, we saw that the solution of this particular cell was dependent upon the solution of this particular cell. And then similarly, when we moved on to this particular cell, we saw that the solution to for this entire problem, basically this particular entire set of problem, was dependent upon the solution of this sub problem and basically this part of the sub problem. And similarly for other cells as well. So basically, if we see over here, to calculate a particular solution for a problem, we are dependent upon other sub problems for its solution. So we can say basically our solution was a dynamic programming solution. The code for this solution is pretty easy. We just need to loop across all these cells and try to do the calculations that we had discussed earlier. And if you look into the time complexity, since we are iterating across all these cells just once, so let's say if the number of rows was n and the number of columns were m, so our solution becomes O of n into m. So the code of this particular problem is available in the description below, and thanks for watching this video. Thanks a lot.